Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is going to be a short meditation, a meditation moment about and for Hi there, my name is Rebecca, and this is a meditation about and for my friends who are neurodiverse and have ADHD. For many of us, we are newly diagnosed, finding ourselves in middle age and figuring out what makes sense our whole lives, that our brains think and work a little bit differently. And a lot of us have a lot of baggage and myths that we've carried into adulthood about this label. And for me, I have children, and helping them discover all that we know now and are learning. Neuroscience is a fascinating field. And so a lot of the things that we may have thought, if you're an elder millennial, if you're Gen X or older, we're finding aren't really true. And there's so much more to explore. So I say that because if you are in yoga or meditation circles, or if it's something you've been curious about, you may believe, well, I can't sit still, so I can't meditate. Or I have ADHD, so there's no way. My brain will not let me do that. And I'm here to tell you that may not be the case. One thing I think we also have a lot of stories about is meditation, and the belief, I think, or the idea that we're not meditation people. You don't have to do meditation one particular way. And it's not about having the lifestyle of a Buddhist monk and chanting mantras in Sanskrit or anything like that. Now we have a lot of very modern techniques and a lot of techniques that really apply generally, so that there are meditative resources you can cultivate in your life and make them work for you. So one way I incorporate this into the classes that I teach for Yoga Nidra is leading you, guiding you. And as I do that, I rely heavily on my training and background in both as a hypnotherapist and in Yoga Nidra to guide you in a facilitated way so that your thinking brain, the part that's going to go, I can't do this, I can't sit here, I'm bored already, I don't like her voice, I don't like what she's wearing, I don't want to close my eye. That voice, I give it something to do, something to listen to, a job. And as that voice, that helper, begins to settle a bit, unconsciously, I can also access the part of your brain, the 90% of your mind that is connected to things like your autonomic nervous system, your heart rate, some of those things that tell your body it's safe to relax. And as those cues are being picked up, most of the time it's like 10-15 minutes later and you look up and you feel so much better. And what happened? So all of that to say, having a way to follow a guided and facilitated meditation works very well for a lot of folks with ADHD, because again, we give you something to grip and hold on to. The second thing, and then I'm going to get to the meditation, is that we now know so much more about the ADHD brain and neurodiversity, and there's a lot more research going on about how meditation affects the brain and the benefits from a scientific point of view about how the brain structure, how neuroplasticity is affected, how new neural pathways are formed, how we actually can change our brain. We're building new habits and we're flexing a muscle that allows us to slow down, focus, and be present just long enough to maybe adjust our sails from one reactive place to more measured, thoughtful response place. And oftentimes that's all we need to move from a place where we're feeling activated, impulsive, maybe anxious, maybe just overstimulated, to take a beat, collect ourselves, and maybe just shift a little bit to a place where we feel more grounded, our breath is steadier, and we feel like we've come back to our magnetic center. So all of you, this works beautifully for people, obviously, who don't have ADHD, but I believe that we are all neurodiverse to a certain extent, because each and every one of us has quirks and things, but some of us actually have brains that think and operate and are functionally different. So let's begin to enter this meditation and start off by finding a comfortable place. So let's begin this meditation by I invite you to begin our meditation time together. And find yourself a comfortable place where you can sit. It can be anywhere, absolutely any place. And claim your area. Arrive, sit down, get comfortable in a shape that you can sit reasonably comfortably. And know that meditation is flexible. And if you need to adjust, if you need to move your body to a more comfortable way of sitting, that's perfectly fine. And there is no one right or wrong way. The purpose of meditation simply allows us to zoom out a bit and notice some of our habits and behaviors, and connect more deeply with whatever might be showing up for us right now in the present. And so as you are slowing your breath down, beginning to focus on each exhale, you might consider what the idea of a label means to you. Do you consider yourself to be someone with ADHD or someone with fill in the blank? And we all have labels, those masks, those hats that we wear throughout our days. As you breathe, you might notice if calling this to mind brings up tension, sensation in your body, maybe warmth, maybe tightness, tenderness. Notice where it is. Perhaps it's centered around your belly, your stomach, your chest, your throat. Maybe your mind is traveling to tension in your temples or your jaw. Just notice for the time being. Gently place your awareness there, saying, I see you. Allow it for one more moment to be exactly how it is without pressuring yourself to change it. And if you'd like, as we breathe, you can choose to set that label, that hat, down. Maybe exhaling with a long, deep breath out. Placing anything that feels heavy down with that label. We'll scan the body now, starting at the crown of your head, connecting your presence to the sensation across your scalp. You might imagine that you are at your favorite outdoor place and can feel the warmth of the sun. And that warm sensation continues across your cheeks, perhaps feeling a cool breeze blow your hair very gently. Allow your cheeks to soften and your eyes to relax. There's nothing to squint or see. You can allow your eyes and all of the muscles around your eyes to have a rest. Allow your jaw to be soft. Allow the bottom half of your jaw to unhinge. Maybe that means that your teeth separate and your chin begins to dangle, creating more space in your mouth. Notice that with this softness, we're able to invite in more breath, more space to breathe evenly, and less resistance. Allow this sense of ease to travel down the sides of your neck, releasing any tightness or contraction. And this can be tender and in a very compassionate way. Allow yourself to let your throat rest. Allow this sensation to spread across your collarbones, allowing the center of your chest to be bright. Allow it to be open. You might either place your hand on this center or imagine that you are adding an element of weight. This allows our mind to anchor physically. Connect to the sensation of and weight of your hand on your body. Notice how it feels as your chest rises and falls with your breath. And this is your center, your heart, the center where your energy needs most protecting. And yet, we often ask ourselves to leave it open, exposed, vulnerable. And so often the body responds by contracting the muscles of our chest, pulling our shoulders forward, pulling our necks, our chins forward, allowing ourselves to curl, protecting this very soft and tender space. If that's you, forgive yourself for any judgment you might have around this. Just notice. There's no requirement to relax. There's no forcing here. simply placing your hand as a witness. You might choose to send some love and compassion through your hand, offering it to yourself, offering it to your heart and all of the ways that it shines in difficult times, through grief, through fear and challenges. And thank you, heart, for still caring for me, my family, and the world around me. And thank you, heart, for being big, open, and a safe place for me in spite of everything we've been through. You've gotten strong and soft without hardening over, still allowing the world in and sharing your light with the world. If you have more time, you can allow yourself to continue to scan your body from the center of your chest all the way down your spine, and sending relaxation and softness down your legs and your feet. Allow each breath to fill your ribs and your belly, and to softly, without forcing, release the breath. And give your mind a very important job of placing its awareness like an assistant, scanning the body, noticing, reporting back, checking in on any tightness or tenderness. Nothing to do, simply taking inventory of how we're showing up in this moment. Notice too the places that feel open, safe, rested. What feels good? And that can change from person to person, but typically it's a place of safety, ease. And you may associate some of the tenderness with a label. And then when you spend a little time there, maybe all of the baggage around the label is ready to be let go. And with that, when you're done, you can flutter open your eyes and return to the room. Know that the only label that matters is the gratitude and love you give to yourself. And so with that, my neurospicy friends, I want to thank you very much. And if this was helpful for you, you feel free to share with a friend, and I will have more videos coming your way very soon. Thank you.